factory racing. There he is right there.
Yeah. And so beside him, we've got Pivot on the edge racer.
That's Owen Clark there.
Owen Clark, yeah. So Owen from Ontario also could be racing U23 right now, but he's been having an amazing season. He's 14th in the U23 overall right now, but he's racing up with our elite men today as well. So, yeah, and just behind them on the start line, you'll also see Gunnar Holmgren. He was our Olympic representative at the last Olympics there.
Number 9 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Gunnar racing for the Trek Factory Racing.
Yeah, so he's racing for the Trek Factory Racing. If you were watching the women's live stream, you would have heard us mention his sister, Isabella Holmgren, who actually went to the Olympics as well for our women. So that was a pretty cool Canadian moment, having a brother and
siblings,
sister
yeah, heading to the Olympics.
At the Olympics. Yeah, quite a talented family of bike racers. They have Gunnar here for the elite men, and then they have Isabella and Ava for the women. So.
About 2 minutes away from the start, Emily. As we see right now, we saw bigger field right now than we saw in our elite women for sure. And so start probably going to be a lot more crucial, critical. You don't want to find yourself towards the back. Obviously, we've got our favorites up towards the front, but a slip of a pedal, anything can happen at the start, and you do not want to put yourself towards the back and have a lot more work to do to move up, because this track doesn't have that big open section where you can just lay down the power and take 10 positions if you were at the back. It doesn't exist on this track. You have to, bits and pieces in the first lap right now.
Yeah, we're about just shy of 30 seconds to the start, but yeah, like you said, you really don't want to be stuck in the back of this group, not only because mishaps can happen and bottlenecks, but also because there's so much dust today. You don't want to be breathing in that dust or in a pocket of dust that you can't even see what's in front of you, right?
Our race referee there pulling out the tape right now, so they're into probably a 15-second warning shortly, and then they'll get the whistle to get started, and our elite men will go underway. We'll have a gap of 2 minutes, and then our U23s will go. So 2 races, 2 for 1. For those watching at home, you get 2 races.
Yeah, look at that.
There they go. There's Cody Scott from the Comox Valley as well, pushing on there.
Awesome.
Looks like everybody is away cleanly in our elite race.
The dust and the speed at which they exit.
Yeah, and we talked about our junior men who just raced earlier. We're doing 11 and a half minute laps. I think we're going to be right around 11, maybe even the high 10s for these riders.
We could see Carter Woods and that front group with I'm assuming,
And here we have it. Here's our U23 riders. You see number 61 there. That's Ian Ackert.
Yeah. He's currently, he's got 2 World Cup podiums to his name, a national championship title as well, and he's 35th in the overall for U23 in the world right now, which is super cool, impressive.
Yeah, big support with the Trek Future Racing right there.
Yeah, and beside him on his right-hand side, our left, is Mika, currently leading the Canada Cup overall. He's racing for Pit Stop Racing team, and really strong racer also in U23 there.
Zorik Pai for Pivot Cycles OT. And in front of the commentary booth, we've got Logan Sadesky coming leading with our elite riders. As we're sitting just perched above the start finish here, so we get a nice view of that. It was Logan Sadesky. Look like all our favorites, though. We're right up there as our U23s now are poised to get the start now. Any moment, probably in the next minute or so, we will get going as they get the warning right now. Our U23 men will take off. I think Ian Ackert really will want to get this championship and take the jersey back to Europe, representing it on the Trek Future Racing. As I'm looking down, Carter Woods is currently in second right now, and we've got Cole Puncher in third, but there's no gaps between our front runners right now. It's all together as we see now. Getting ready is our U23 riders, and off they go. Let's see if we can get a clean start for these riders as well.
So far, so good. Looking strong.
And we've got Matthew Scott. We saw the number 75. Matthew Scott is he's not a Canadian rider, right?
No, Matthew is from South Africa, but races and lives here. Races for Broad Street, so teammate with Logan Sadesky. Races locally and is an extremely powerful racer. He's one to watch out for today, honestly.
So you can have foreign riders that racing in your national champion. Obviously, it doesn't happen very often.
No.
But in the case of Matthew, from South Africa, you're a long way from South Africa. You live here.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic race to measure yourself up against some of the best in the world. So why not, right?
Yeah. So he's racing He wouldn't be eligible to wear the jersey if he won, but he's totally.
I believe the UCI points though. He can still collect the UCI being the World Cycling governing body. There are points that the riders collect, and that's what those ranking points help with your qualify for World Championships, for Olympic Games, and those things. Here we go.
There's the riders turning into that first climb. You saw Gunnar leading a kind of second group there. Then Dylan Kerr from CHC Armada. Dylan Kerr was kind of the back of that group in the orange and blue jersey.
The 17 riders in our elite field just kind of all together at the moment, a long line. And our U23 riders are coming through right now on picture. That's towards the back. You're seeing right now, that's the back of our elite field.
Yeah.
And we'll see our U23s.
Yeah.
They should be coming through the tech zone here shortly here. We'll see them coming over that rock roll in a moment. There they go, right there. That's
Ian Ackert leading the U23 men coming through here.
Not surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a great cyclocross background for Ian Ackert, amongst the best in the world for cyclocross, which is a discipline that kind of mixes road and mountain, and you do it in Europe over the winter. Well, you do it anywhere, but it's a very European sport, kind of a cross between mountain biking and road biking.
Definitely.
And these loose conditions, it'll be good for him. You know, this is not. You can't.
We definitely saw some riders putting their foot out around some of these loose corners. So if you're a cyclocross racer, you're used to flat, loose corners, and that could really come in handy today.
Yeah, and so now both of our groups are out on course. They'll be on the climb right now.
Yes.
So again, we talked about that climb being narrow in places, not a ton of space to pass consistently, and then a lot of corners on that climb, especially towards sort of the midpoint of it, where you can't necessarily put down a ton of power. And these riders especially, they're going to be capable of going so fast, but it's just switchback after switchback. It's almost like they have a bit of a speed limit.
There's the U23s coming in round for their start climb, just going out for that lap. And we saw Ian at the front looking comfortable. And behind him, I think it was a group of 4 more riders, 3 or 4.
There's Matthew Scott, the rider that we were talking about, the South African, who gets placed at the back at the Canadian National Championships. You don't get no favors. Okay, there we talked about.
Foot down for Carter. Yeah, you're seeing that. That's something these elite men are juggling as well as our elite women. We saw you can't just put down raw power, because you might slide out or you might blow through that corner, meaning you just shoot right through the apex rather than turning like you want to. So Carter just had to put a foot down there because he actually put down just a lot of way too much power.
Yeah, and so Gunnar Holmgren, he had a second row start, and he was having a good race in Andorra.
Oh, another foot down there.
Exactly.
It's getting loose out there. That's another thing to mention, is these racers are riding the course after we've had races on all day long. So we've had 5 races up till now, I believe, just on today in this loose, dry conditions. And you're seeing that each race is doing, our elite women were doing 6 laps for them and 5 laps for the U23s. It was 5 laps before that for the juniors. Like, so much traffic on this course.
It is, and so lots of sliding around, and again, just talking, we saw Gunnar sort of midway back. He didn't have a front row, but he was coming off a pretty good European campaign, but had a big crash in Andorra, so he's feeling that last week. We'll see if he's come back into form and feeling a little bit better.
Hoping he can, definitely.
But our short track on Thursday, we had Carter really bossed that round.
Yeah.
But Ackert was in there as well. So the riders raced together in a short track, being a discipline that it's about a 20-minute race on it's self-explanatory, a shorter track.
Yep.
And those riders were.
There's the U23s.
The U23s now heading up the climb. So this is about midway up the climb where we're seeing them right now.
Yeah.
Still groups together. Again.
Yeah, they're replaying that slip, I believe, of the or someone else even in the same kit.
Exactly. So now our shot. This is the bottom of the descent, the Berm Reynolds, that has The exit is a little different for the race than what the trail typically does, which is kind of presenting a bit of a challenge for the riders. Typically, the riders would kind of continue straight, but they have to make this harder left, and it's just getting really dusty.
Super sharp, yeah. So when you see loose corner, like a loose, sharp corner like this that's not actually supported, what you'll see is it starts to form a rut, but then as riders are riding through that rut, they're pushing it further and further away. So you can't trust that that is going to support you, and some riders are forgetting that as they're tired on the 4th, 5th, 6th lap. And so what we saw last race was an elite woman who came through that corner and just blew completely past it and into the tape and over the bars. So we're hoping that doesn't
no more drama. Yeah, we'd like to see these riders keep it up.
Some good healthy drama. Again. No, it's so loose out there.
Yeah, and having ridden this
running
course
now up the climb because it is too steep to try and just jump back on.
Exactly.
Wow.
This corner when I was pre-riding was the worst. This is just at the junction
as you turn up. Yeah.
So it was the worst, but there are definitely other corners that are tricky as well.
It's definitely more challenging as you get more complacent, as you've ridden 3 laps previously or something like that, and now you're forgetting how loose it really is.
There's the replay of that.
Yeah, so we'll see. Oh, the foot down in the handoff.
And all the momentum. That's the number 84. That's Elijah Gray from Banff. In Alberta, if you're out of Banff, there's dry conditions there. They're not. It's not this is not typical for the coast to have such dry conditions at this stage in the year. I mean, we don't get a lot of rain in Victoria, but these trails are.
Wow! Look at the dust as they're descending that last corner of Berm Reynolds. You're seeing, and so it gets more challenging as you can see. So the rider coming down right behind, you can't really see the track in front of you because all the dust isn't quite settled. So it can get pretty sketchy if you're riding in a group.
And it just lingers. The dust is not getting cleared out. It's just sitting there just above the trail, just making things hazardous.
Yeah, and the speed at which they're going here, to not be able to fully see the track, that's quite terrifying. Very impressive riding from all of them.
So hopefully these riders, we haven't seen anybody kind of looking with a foot out. This is where we saw Jen Jackson with a foot out going, what is going on with her?
Turns out, she had a rear flat tire. That was.
And so our riders now, they're heading up this sort of right before the feed zone. A bit of a climb. I think that's Gunnar Holmgren, I believe, getting past it.
Carter Woods, possibly?
I don't think so. No, there's Carter right there with Cole.
Nice.
Cole Puncher. So we've got.
And behind them, Logan Sadesky chasing, trying to catch on that wheel.
Orschel in there as well. So a little bit of separation. Gunnar Holmgren there, our defending champion. Laurent de Bouchard in there as well.
Pivot crew in that light blue kit, kind of near the front. There's Sean Fincham as well.
Yeah, so out of Squamish. Not doing a lot of this XCO format anymore. Sean is doing the longer Lifetime Grand Prix stuff, but no stranger to this type of event. So here's Cody Scott.
Nice. Also a strong cyclocross racer, so we might see that shine through for him today. Yeah, looking good. He looks strong in the short track as well, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah,
see if you can catch that group, because we were talking earlier that sometimes it is beneficial to ride with the groups so that you have somebody else working hard with you. But sometimes with the dust like this, you maybe just want to ride,
out front. I don't think you'd like, if you could choose, you'd probably be okay being behind a rider for the climb and some of the flat. But if you could lead, you'd probably want to lead on the descent.
Yeah.
Because the visibility is not great. Right there's Carter Woods right now. Cole Puncher.
Cole there is right with them here. That is a fast lap.
Yeah, they look great right now. A little bit of separation. And here's Logan Sadesky. Orschel's in there.
Nice.
So we've got Owen Clark in there as well. So.
Wow, so we're looking at 12 minutes for these men. That's including the start loop.
Oh, so. they are going quick right now. So we're in the high 10s, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
So the men are doing 7 laps right now. So it'll be, 65-minute race.
Yeah, so these elite men were they're heading out for lap 2 of 7, and then we'll see the U20. Oh,
just on screen there. That corner claims another victim. It is a tough one. Let's hope they get right up. Yep.
Up and going though, so that's good. Wow. Yeah, that was a big washout.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ryder's struggling with the traction a little bit right now. There's Gunnar Holmgren in our second group. They're defending champion.
Sean leading that group with Gunnar in it as well. So that's a good group of fast people can work together to try and pull back the other group there. Oh, here we go. Another group of 2.
That's Victor Verreau coming through, the number 4.
From Quebec.
And the next group that'll come into view, we'll see some of these are still some of our elite riders coming through. Yeah. No, these are with the yellow plates. The yellow plates identify our U23.
Yes, so if you see a white plate, that will be the elite men. That's the men going out for their 7 laps. But if you see the yellow plate, that is U23, meaning they're the under 23 aged athletes who are racing 6 laps today.
That's another thing to think about, another dynamic for our U23 riders to consider. I would imagine that we'll have, our leaders over U23 will have to deal with some traffic. To come through.
And last race we saw Marin and Ella deal with that traffic exceptionally well and fighting their way up to top 3 in the elite women's field, which is incredible. But yeah, it'll be an interesting story today whether we see some of those U23 athletes climb into some possibly top 10, top 15 positions for our elites.
Here comes our U23 leaders. That's Ian Ackert on the front there. I see Rhett Bates from Charge out of the Okanagan.
Yeah.
Looking like he's made the junction. Great to see that.
Strong riding from Rhett Bates this season.
That's the number 85 right there coming through. That's Zach Hensley-Zano out of Barrie, Ontario. So we're seeing a little bit more bunch racing than we saw in our women's race.
Yeah, it's quite cool to see with these elite men. They're all so close with, like we said, finding the limit of speed on this track can be challenging when you're dealing with the traction in the tight corners like it is. So it can cause some tight racing, that's for sure.
You see Zorik Pai just took the lead in our U23 race ahead of Ian Ackert through their start-finish. There's our number 84 right there. That's Elijah Gray. We saw, fortunately, he made the broadcast a little bit early for slipping around a corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some thumbs up to the cameras there.
Does it? Just being just suffering, you can still enjoy part of it as well.
Bike racing is fun. That's the whole point. So it's great to see some smiles out there while they're struggling on the rest of the climbs.
Yeah. As you see the tech zone right now, this is just in front of our, within sight of our broadcast vantage point up here. And, it may look like they're taking it around the corners gingerly, which they kind of are because it's just so loose. There's Ian Ackert right now, second place, I think, in the U23s.
Yeah. And like we were saying, the fight for traction is also the fight for what tires are you going to run, Do I want to hold grip, but I also want some casing that's strong. Look at Carter charging up that.
But that group now has come back together. So remember, we had Carter and there's Gunnar getting around.
By some, put down by Fincham, and Gunnar made the pass. Oh, wow, yeah, it's just bar to bar out there now.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of we talked about a little bit of a speed limit for our top men. Yeah. They're just being able to go that fast that they, there's no traction around those flat corners on the climb to support them. So we've got a group of 4, was it, out front? We've got Carter Woods, Cole Punchard is in there. Did Leandre Bouchard, believe that he joined that group as well? Oh no, here we go. That's our lead 4.
Yes,
yeah.
Carter, Tyler, Cole, and Logan Sadesky. Yeah, and then we saw the foot down from Sean, and Gunnar made the pass here. So
still very close.
So simple as a foot down, right? That costs you a position. And like we were saying, these positions matter for points. They matter for your national championship, obviously, but they also matter for selection to world championships.
That's right.
Which a lot of riders are looking to do in September. So, yeah, you want to really have your best result. And if you can pass one more rider, it really counts.
And of course, the prestige of the jersey as well.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, you know, particularly for the riders on the pro ranks. As you see right now, the number 4 coming through there. That's, excuse me, where? Looking at my start sheet. Victor Verreau. Right there. Yeah.
Victor Verreau from Saint-Félicien, Quebec. Currently 17th in the Canada Cup rankings.
And so those riders, when we called them up, their call up at the beginning is based on those international ranking points as well as the Canada Cup you're alluding to, which is the series across Canada that we just had a stop in Whistler last weekend. There's Matthew Scott right now, our lone foreigner rider in our elite men race, or U23 men race actually, from South Africa, based out of Victoria, BC.
See.
And this is on the climb right now.
There's Mika.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's Rhett Bates with a foot down. Yeah, this corner. Just struggling. You have it in that.
Or the might have been Soren.
Soren, yes.
Soren with the foot down from
teammate.
Charge. Yeah, teammate.
Teammate of Rhett Bates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see the group behind, and they just have to ease up around that corner to get up there.
Yeah, today we're seeing...
Here's Rhett Bates, excuse me. So it was Soren Westerlake on the front. There's Rhett Bates now. He makes it around the corner nicely.
Yeah,
and
smooth.
Yeah.
He might be used to some loose conditions. Over in Kelowna, it can get pretty dry and dusty, so I'm sure he's quite strong on these conditions as well. Wow, yeah. So yeah, we're seeing a great showing across the country really today, as would be expected. But it is cool to see athletes coming out from Manitoba, from Saskatchewan, you know, and like all these provinces that aren't stereotypically places of mountain biking, but they produce some great riders as we're seeing today.
Exactly, yeah. Well, we talked about Soren Westlake, who's in the front group of our U23 men's team, out of Manitoba.
Yeah.
Not typically when you think about mountain biking, you don't necessarily think about the prairies, but they produce some great riders.
Yeah.
Over the years, and Soren is one of them, putting himself in a great spot right now.
Yeah.
Towards the front, as that group is being led. Okay, there we have it. Carter, Cole,
Tyler, and Logan.
Okay, wow. Group of 4.
And they have made a bit of a dent on the chase group, I believe.
Oh, it's more than a bit now, isn't it, Emily? Like we've got a really large gap right now. Oh, here we have our pursuers.
All right, so there's Sean chasing with Gunnar and
Leandre. I think that was him at the back end of that chase group right now. So this is there. It's moving away right now. Your podium is moving up the road right now with Carter Woods. Happy to push on, but maybe we see Cole take the front.
Yeah, I think Owen Clark also in that chase group probably.
Yeah.
Leandre there.
That looked like Leandre right there.
Yeah, there, yeah. Right. Okay, yeah.
Took the victory.
Close that gap there up that line.
Trying to come back on.
Nice. There we see Peter DeSera with that same team as Lily Boucher, the Easton Overland.
Here we go, Carter Woods, Cole Puncher, with Cannondale Factory Racing Team coming down there. So that's all together. And again, looks like Carter's quite happy to lead.
Yeah.
Tedeschi's nicely tucked in on the back as well.
Yeah, comfortably. And just a reminder, the course here, we're looking at 4.7 kilometers in distance, 142 meters of climbing, and the riders are doing this in approximately, we'll get a full lap time as they come through here, but it's looking like 11 minutes or 10 minutes even, which is incredible pace.
There's DeSera.
Peter DeSera there, yeah. So he just came off the double. He did BC Bike Race, which is a 7-day stage race, and then he went right away to do Single Trek 6, which is another 6-day stage race. So Peter just spent so much time riding his bike, and he's still here today racing and looking actually quite strong.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He himself, I think he's toned back his focus at former World Cup rider.
And Olympian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't just is taking on other projects and other things right now, but obviously the fitness is still there for Peter.
Yeah, he's so strong. He's always been a really skilled bike racer. He's got good skill, technically on the bike as well. So it's cool to see Peter, still semi-retired, but semi-not. He's still here and he's strong. So
and lives in Victoria as well, so knows the trails here in BC.
Yeah.
Okay, here are our leaders right now. We've got on the front Carter Woods.
Yeah.
We've got Carter Woods, the Giant Factory Off-Road team, and Sadesky's there, looking all quite comfortable right now.
I'm curious, what we said and spoke about previously in the U23 women's race with Marin and Ella. We saw Ella lead for the whole race, Marin sitting on her wheel, kind of learning maybe a little bit about what Ella was doing. And I'm wondering if that's Cole's plan for today.
Yeah, and Cole, last year he had an emphatic U23 World Cup win in the U.S., and he just figured out how to just get a little bit of separation, and he was so good at just measuring his effort. I'm looking across the broadcast. Cole now has taken the front position in our men's race, just a little. Doesn't look like an attack, but he's really was good at that World Cup win of just managing his effort and just keeping, putting the power down in the right places. And I think today is about that. Is putting the power down in the right places. So we'll see if he is doing a bit of early work to see if he can get some separation and have a win like he did last year at our U23 World Cup, or is he just wants to be a bit more comfortable in the front right now ahead of Carter Woods?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not only a game of fitness here today, it's also a game of strategy, because all of these men are so extremely fit and they're all quite close in their skill as well, so it's really cool to see.
And again, it's just not that place where you can really just put down the power. It's on this climb, you put down the power, and then 3-4 seconds later, you've got a corner, and you have to slow down for it. And so it's like intervals a little bit. Here are some of the U23 riders pushing on just before our tech feed zone, which did see a bit of action in our women's race with Jen Jackson flatting, and then fortunately coming back. There's Cody Scott pushing on, and here's our chase. No.
Oh, it looks like that might have been
Orshel distanced a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit distant. Sadesky's still right on the wheel from our two front runners there. So Sadesky's having a great race right now.
Yeah, love to see it. Yeah, that's something to consider, is this home crowd might be giving him a bit of an extra boost today as well, which is super cool. I know he's got family out here cheering him on, so it's really exciting for Logan.
And he's shoulder to shoulder with the Factory World Cup guys right now. So, probably feeling like he's got something to prove. Here's Ian Ackert coming through right now, leading our front U23 riders who just came through.
There's Soren.
Soren Westlake, who just got distanced a little bit, our Manitoba rider racing for Charge BC.
Yeah, so we are looking at
some of our U23 riders chasing on right now. This is about a minute and a half or so from the finish line. So our first U23 riders have come through. Here's a big chase group of U23 riders. Yeah. It's number 69 there is coming through, and that's Alexander Woodford out of the Ottawa area.
Gatineau. Or Ottawa, sorry.
There's Rhett Bates there.
Here's Rhett Bates coming up, Kelowna. So
Charge BC racer, yeah.
There's Dylan Kerr we see going out, so that CHC Armada team there in the blue and orange out of Ontario, but also living in Victoria. So he's a bit of a local as well here. He knows the track quite well, just like this guy here, Matthew Scott.
The only foreign rider in our field out of South Africa. All right, and we'll probably get a view on the climb on our shortly of our riders coming up, because Cody Scott comes into view in our elite race in number 13.
so impressive to see the pace at which they're doing these laps today. It's like, I don't even know if the dust has time to settle by the time they're lapping back around.
Alex Brunel came through there. Cibois qui roule coming through. So still a lot of groups are together on this course compared to our elite women races.
Yeah.
So there's Tyler Orschel comes into view.
Yeah, it looks like he's just fallen off a little bit of the back of that group of 4, which I think, in theory, you know, it's so difficult to fall off the back of a group and try to catch back up, right? So hopefully he can try and dig really deep right now just to find that wheel and try and stay with it and hold it. So our podium today will be of the first 3 riders. The first rider getting to wear that jersey, the national champion jersey, meaning when they travel abroad to Europe to race those World Cups, they get to wear that Maple Leaf jersey and represent Canada, which is super special. And then to be on that podium with that rider as well, 2nd and 3rd place. So being 4th is such a sting. So hopefully Tyler can make it.
We've probably both, between the 2 of us, we've had a few 4th places. So yeah, you're the outsider looking in, and you know, especially at mountain biking actually is kind of unique in certain categories because there's a wide angle podium. There's the 5-person podium, which we do see. There's Rhett Bates there in 5, but for our championship, nope, you're shut out if you're 4th. You're not getting up on stage, and so.
Yeah, and that was a big controversy this year. The UCI went down from a 5-person podium to a 3-person podium, and there was quite a backlash from riders and the fans, because it's pretty cool to see a 5 podium, you know? It gives riders more coverage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Very interesting. The backstory to that stems back from when the World Championships were in Australia, and a young Cadel Evans, he either finished 4th or 5th, and it was an astounding ride, and he was a local Australian, and essentially they wanted to recognize it. They just figured, well, we'll just put 5 on the podium, and it kind of stuck after that point. So as we see, so it's kind of a tradition for mountain biking, but like you say, I think times are changing a little bit, but yeah,
so unfortunate if you're in 4th today. Yeah, here we go. Still seeing that was a group of 5 riders working together as well.
So next time we see our leaders, they'll be coming down our descent here in the Jordie Lunn Bike Park in Langford, British Columbia. Beautiful weather today, although it's been very dry for the last few weeks, I should say, which has really impacted the track. And it's taken a blue and turned it into a real
perfect bike racing weather in terms of.
Those are our leaders right there.
U23.
Yeah, so it looks like Ackert nicely positioned in 2nd.
Yeah. So the story of the U23 race is looking quite similar to the men, with kind of a group of 4, but now we're seeing the group of 3 for the elite men off the front, with Tyler, who just fell back slightly. And our U23s is still a group of 4 kind of riding all together right now.
There's Soren Wesselake there.
Very, very close to making connection back to that group right now. If he can push super hard, he's about halfway up this climb, like we said. So if he can dig deep right now and try to catch that wheel, it would be pretty crucial for his race.
This is our top 10. And again, this corner causing all sorts of issues for some of the riders going up the hill. And it would be in our top 10 right now. So still a lot of spots to be fighting for with in the front of our U23 race. I don't think this course really lends itself, though, to, you know, sitting back and pacing. Like, barring some incident, like, again, Jen Jackson, here come our leaders there. Cole Puncher taking the lead with
Carter Woods just behind.
Yeah,
but
Carter just on the wheel there.
Yeah, we might have seen some distance now between Logan Sadesky. So maybe Cole and Carter did a number on Logan as well. So Logan and Tyler are saying, you know what, I think that's a little too much for me right now. We're in a seven lap race today, and I don't think that's sustainable.
I think right there, that's Tyler Orschel that went through, and prior to that, Logan went through.
Probably.
Yeah, he went through.
Perfect.
He went through. So the top 4 remain the same, but it looks like the pace may have heated up on the upper part of our climb, and Cole Puncher and Carter Woods have now gone away a little bit. Cole taking the front and injecting a little bit of pace. They were very close in the last World Cup in Andorra, right? Both of them right around 20th place. I think they were separated by one position. Carter started really fast at that race and faded, and Cole had a different approach and actually came on strong. So right now they're together, and they look like, based on last week, they're very closely matched in terms of their fitness, and obviously that's carrying over today.
Yeah, they both are extremely fast. Not only fast here, but fast in the world. So we're looking at the best racing in the world right now. We're very lucky.
Cole Punchert again, I think you mentioned. We go to Brevard. We talked a little bit about Brevard College and the University in North Carolina that provides. It's got a big contingent of Canadians that have scholarships. There's quite a number of them that are racing here.
Yep.
And
yeah, so for them, it's looking like national championships, and then in 2 weeks off to school. I think they start school mid-August. I heard August 18th. So.
And the collegiate season starts at that point. There's Leandro Bouchard right now.
So quick and loose. Oh, the foot off. I think that's just...
Gunnar now coming to the back of this group. Gunnar Holmgren, part of the Holmgren family, Olympian there. Had a really big get-off at the last race. This gentleman is not racing.
No.
With it looked like the e-bike and no helmet.
No helmet. That might be a bit of a giveaway there.
The jeans. Okay, here are our leaders right now. Cole Punchert, Cannondale Factory, Carter Woods now looking good.
Wow.
So Ontario on the front there for Cole, and BC, the local boy, Carter Woods. Boy, wouldn't he love to win today?
Yeah.
Out of the Comox Valley.
Yeah, I mean, Carter's already got 6 jerseys. Might as well add a 7.
Exactly. And here we go, Logan Sadesky.
In 3rd place, nice.
Canmore, Alberta, but lives now down in Victoria, so local.
And then there's Dylan Kerr, also living in Victoria right now, but from Ontario himself.
Tyler Orschel now coming through our start-finish in front of our commentary. And we can see...
we just heard from the commentary down below that Logan Sadesky had a bit of dust on him, so possibly a crash from Logan.
That's too bad. We may have taken him out of the front. Yeah, we saw that earlier in lots of races. And here's the front of our U23 race. So it just went to... It was previous, it was Ian Ackert, yeah. But now we've got... This is our chase group. Fincham's in there. We've got the number 7, Leandro Bouchard, Owen Clark.
Yeah, so Owen Clark racing up as well, just like Cole Punchert. So they're sitting in well and comfortable with these elite men, which is really cool.
There comes the Sarah. And actually, he's not far off of Holmgren, making him through. I said you needed to be in the front, actually. The Sarah might be a little bit of a surprise. He's had such a big block of racing, but he's been local and he knows this track backward. If you look at a lot of the Strava, which is an online platform that tracks your GPS times, Peter's name is up quite a bit on a lot of these trails.
Peter lives just down the road. I've been to his house, and you can bike here in maybe 15 minutes.
Right.
So the guy, I've seen him on work calls while lapping through here. So I'm excited to see what Peter can do today. Yeah, he's going to crush it.
Yeah, he's got Gunnar Holmgren in his sights right now, not far off.
And plenty of practice with 15 days of racing or what have you it was.
Yeah, his body might be in need of a bit of a break, but he's pushing it right now.
After this one, hopefully he gets a good break.
So we'll start to see a little bit of mixing between our U23s, our front U23s with those yellow number plates, and moving into our elite field.
Yeah, with those white plates.
That's right. So
it's difficult to see when they're all coated in dust as well.
Amazing that we got this opportunity to be broadcast on CBC Gem. It was kind of a late call to be able to do this, but we're so excited to be able to show some pictures to those people watching across Canada, around the world, to the best cross-country mountain bikers in the country, and giving them a platform to really show what they're doing, not just here in Langford, but all over the world.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Okay, that's the number 6.
Leaders.
Yeah, Zorak Pai is for Pivot Cycles OTE. Ian Acker just stalking him on the back there. And Mika Kormiak on the back is right there, and Maxime Saint-Jones as well. So the top four riders are sort of the typical U23s, are the usual suspects, so to speak, of our U23 riders that are often at the front right now. So 3 riders out of the province of Quebec, and then Ian Ackert out of Ontario.
Yeah, exactly. Zorak is another extremely strong competitor. He's had a national championship jersey before, so he knows what he's doing at the front of this race, and it'll be interesting to see the battle.
Here they come right now.
Today.
And currently Soren Westlake is now in 5th right now, just coming off a little bit of that front group. But there's a lot of U23 riders coming through here right now. It's a big group coming through. 6 laps of racing as they enter the halfway point. Looks like Cole Puncher right here getting a little bit of daylight. I don't know. Is that, you think that's an attack right there, or is it pretty much smooth there? It didn't look, they look like they were moving fast.
I think right now what we might see is a little bit of a test of an attack, right? So you can kind of gauge your competitor by seeing where and when an attack might stick, but you're not going to go full throttle. So you're just going to test that attack, that move per se, and then see if you can let that stick when you want to make it count later on in the race, because we're still just shy of midway kind of here in the race. Just approaching midway.
Here's our pack of U23 riders, our U23 chasers, trying to move through and kind of reel in that front group of 4 of our U23, but it looks like the class of the field is up the road or up the trail and moving forward and getting that big separation.
Yeah, impressively navigating the traffic that's on course today too. So looking
Here they come right now. Zorak Pai right now, Pivot Cycles OT leading that quartet of riders, and Ian Ackert right in there.
Yeah, Mika just off the back there, but not even off the back, just a wheel behind probably. And Mika's leading the Canada Cup overall racing for Pit Stop. He's Quebecois as well, super strong racer. I could see him kind of contending with that group as well, trying to stir some dust up per se.
All right, here's on the climb. This is
I think we saw Gunnar falling off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit back. Maybe feeling his injuries there. Soren Westlake there. He's our 5th place U23 rider that we called up from Manitoba, racing for the Charge BC XC racing team here. It's a team composed of a lot of Western riders, and he's doing really well right now. Top 5. They had an early victory in the junior men's race with Ethan Wood. So.
Yeah.
Successful program right now.
Yeah, there we see some more U23s coming through here. So we'll see if you see the shots of the riders coming through this kind of finish straight. You'll see them starting to fuel properly, take a gel out of their pocket. Making sure that you're on top of your carbohydrates in a race this long is super crucial. It's not a long endurance race, but you're max out the whole time. So you're going to need, anywhere from roughly 60 to 90 grams of carbohydrates per hour.
And there's not a lot of places on this course where it really is easy to take the hand off the bottle and have a drink.
Yeah.
And so, that's something in the pre-ride I'm sure the riders were kind of thinking about. Okay, this is a good place to drink. Through the feed zone, which we don't have a camera on, there's actually pretty wide open and a decent place to grab a bottle and feed.
Yeah.
Thankfully, today I don't think they'll be putting water on themselves. It's really not. It's really a comfortable temperature right now, right around 20 degrees or so. So, those riders they won't be having to douse themselves like we did last weekend. For those that were doing the Canada Cup in Whistler, it was really warm, and then of course the short track. Thankfully, I'm sure there are a lot of riders thanking it was only 20 minutes because it was really hot on Thursday.
Brutal on Thursday, extremely hot. Yeah, it was in the 30s, sun beaming down, and it's a 20-minute max effort for all these athletes. And then they're given 1 day to recover and do it for 90 minutes. So.
And they certainly didn't put their feet up and do nothing yesterday, right?
No, they were out on course checking the conditions. I saw a few of them out, so you know that, these athletes are beyond fit right now. It's so cool to see.
Yeah, and they'll still put some intensity into. You want to keep a rhythm between the you know, you did your short track. You don't want to let your body sort of almost shut down. You still want to add a little bit of intensity. Tomorrow they'll take. Well, tomorrow's the relay for a lot of these riders, but you know, tomorrow's a little less intense. The focus is certainly on these two cross country championship events. The relay's important, but yeah, the rest comes on Monday when you probably are off the bicycle. So these riders riding probably anywhere from 20 to 30 hours a week, a lot of them pretty consistently. There's Carter Woods. Oh, flat tire.
Oh, no.
Flat tire.
Flat for Carter.
Oh.
This is rough.
Dramas, Emily. Again, in our elite women, we had the same thing.
Oh, and we saw it with Jen, the local, the favorite, you know, and then we see now this with Carter, the local and the favorite, rear flat tire. I don't know what's happened or what's in the air with this, but okay, hopefully he can get this quick fix.
He is pretty close to the tech zone. Like he'll have to milk that tire for maybe a minute or two, but he's going to lose time, no question, to Cole. And we'll have to see what that gap is right now.
Yeah, because Cole and him were in a tight battle as well, so this is looking like he needs to get good change and some.
Another rear flat, right? Oh, he's really, yeah, look at that. He might have an insert there. Yeah, he's definitely fishing all over the place.
Yeah.
But
another rider with exceptional skill, though, is Carter.
Yeah.
He's very skilled on the bike. So he looks like he's, you know, some riders couldn't ride with two tires in there like that. So it's impressive to see.
I wonder if he has an insert because because he didn't. It looked obviously. Oh, there he skids out. He's trying to get it as best he can to the finish. There's Sadesky and Orschel.
Yeah, Sadesky and Orschel have re-met up. Yeah, poor.
This is a replay right now of Carter, just so you can really tell. Just
corrects and kept power down as well.
Yeah, it's a real trouble for Carter. And unfortunately, you know, with Logan, or excuse me, with Cole, they're very close. Here comes our leader right now. We'll try to get a watch on now.
Cole Punchard coming through the finish straight, taking advantage of that mishap for Carter and see if he can really capitalize on that right now. You know, if you're Cole, are you thinking I just want to throw an attack without him here to get rid of this? And
why? Or are you just thinking I'm just going to keep it steady? And then try to get a buffer so that and take it easy on the descent so I don't flat.
Exactly.
And
you know, or you know, you're going to take it the same, and then if Carter catches, you know he's blown up, and that's when you throw your attack and really just destroy his confidence in that moment.
It's
a roll of a dice.
And the difference again, they flatted while they were together. Jen had a lead; she had a buffer, and then obviously it was able to that buffer, Emily Johnson rather, ate into it, and then it was able to come back to it. But I think the issue right now, we've got to stop watch on it. It's already over a minute now for Carter to come through.
Carter's been passed now by Logan and by Tyler. So Logan and Tyler are together 1 minute and 8 seconds roughly back from Cole there. So it is looking difficult on Carter today. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Carter's coming back through.
Looking about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
All right.
Really going to be tough for him. Again, didn't have a buffer for that flat tire. And the other thing that makes me a little bit skeptical for him, I'd love to see him be able to come back, but you know, Jen Jackson's and Emily Johnson. Jen Jackson's been having a better season. She's she's able to put lots of time into Emily Johnson. So, but Carter Woods and Cole Puncher, they've been last week neck and neck. So they're so close. So you're trying to come back of a gap to a rider that's riding very similar to your level.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But he's got a carrot in front of him. That's Orschel and.
I'm interested to see, you know, if Carter can catch Tyler and Logan and Orschel and they can work together to try and reel in Cole together. But that just really depends on the group fitness. The ability to rotate through isn't great, like we said, because there's not much passing.
Yeah, and it's not to say that a problem can't befall Cole.
Exactly.
You know, there's flat tires happen all across this course. So I think if you're Cole, as we see the chasing group, Leandra Bouchard was on the back of that group as well. I think you want to play it smart and try to just do not push on the downhills. If I'm Cole, I'm just trying to get down those downhills as gingerly as possible right now.
Smooth and safe, and
But if you can't see the rocks, yeah, smooth as fast. But if you can't see the rocks because of the dust, like you can be as smooth as you like. But it's just the course is so. The course has been just so pounded by all thousands of laps, effectively with hundreds of starters on these races. So it's a tough one. Here's is that Soren Wesselake? Yes, it is. So he was, last time we checked, he was 5th in the U23 race. There's Carter Woods there trying to come back.
Chasing up that climb.
Sometimes that flat will give you that shot of adrenaline, that little bit of panic, and then it can go the other way. It can be just like the wind out of your sails going, geez,
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how he can chase back and connect with, Tyler and Logan, and see if he sits in with them and just plays it for second, or if he tries to move ahead and really charge and make that break.
Looks like Ian Ackert has just come through. He's in the front right now.
Yeah.
He's taking a few seconds right now on Zorik Payet, Pivot Cycles. He's just coming through right now. So the hammer's gone down. The attack has gone down right now. Maxime Sansonge, the teammate, Pivot Cycles OTA is there. So second and third Pivot Cycles is there, but they're chasing Ackert right now.
Yeah, so Ian said that's enough of trying to ride together.
I've had enough.
I'm going to make my move early.
Yep. He sat back and looked at what those riders were doing, the lines, and then hit them by the looks of it, and it's working right now. He's asked the question of our two Pivot Cycles riders, and they're trying to answer, but right now for our U23, it is Ian Ackert for the Trek Future team who's out front.
Yeah. Another very interesting concept I'm kind of keen to see is if Cole starts catching some of the back of the U23 group, if that will play anything into his ability to hold his pace up.
Right. Yeah. So because they won't pull some of the lap traffic in the U23 race, right? They'll only pull the riders that are in the elite race. So hopefully what he'll be able to do is, I'm sure they'll know who's coming behind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places on this course where it's very switchbacky climbs, so you can look back, and when they see the Cannondale factory rider, the freight train that is Cole Puncher right now, they'll have to get out of the way.
Yeah, he'll be coming through quick, that's for sure. Yeah.
We just saw there Simon Rouland, also Pivot OTE, coming through our shot right now, the number 78. That's Alex Brunel, Cibois qui roule.
From Sherbrooke, Quebec.
Again, big contingent of Quebec riders, and that Pivot Cycles OT, great
showing.
Great showing, and a great team to develop riders in the province. Have kept giving them opportunities to race all around the world.
Internationally.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's also really cool to see that we were speaking on the Mont Saint Anne World Cup being in Quebec, how so many Quebecois riders get to grow up seeing that World Cup and watching the top racers in the world in their home province, and just the talent that breeds from that event, and how great that is for just Canadian cycling in general. So we do see a lot of Quebecois athletes today in the XC events, in the younger events, claiming titles, and throughout this race also looking very, very strong. Here we go, a group of oh no, something for Matthew Scott possibly.
Did it look
off to the side of the there. Hopefully
that's
no big mechanicals or injuries.
Looking back there. We're looking at the tech zone in Jordie Lunn Bike Park right now. Some of the riders coming over, some of the features that are in there.
There's Matt. So I'm not sure because he just pulled off to the left there, you can see, and he's letting the riders by. So maybe a wheel issue.
Yeah, he went around that corner pretty hard.
I think
he might have flat. Yeah.
Oh,
Boy. That's tough.
Yeah, I'm curious as to if these flats are occurring in the same section, if there's some hidden rock we're not seeing, or if they're just blowing their tire through raw speed of hitting some of these corners because they are steep and they're quite banked up and bermed, so you can really hit them with some pretty strong G-force.
Just this, looking at one of our last shots right now. This is just very close to the finish line. Again, shaping up like we're going to have potentially some solo riders out front, but this section that we're seeing right now is really close to our finish line and is really critical for our riders to be in good position before that last piece of single track. So this is just before our tech view zone. This is just within 100 meters, and here's our finish area coming up right now.
So you can see it's kind of around a corner up a bit of loose gravel into some asphalt. So that finish straight is not super straight and it's not super wide. So you're not going to try and wait till the last minute to make your move. You're going to probably want to make it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and it's looking like some of our podium positions are shaping up to be group, like a little bit of bunch races for some of them. So.
Yeah, I could see a group sprint between, you know, Tyler, Logan, possibly Carter, depending on where he's sitting. And
because Carter's gonna burn some. He's gonna burn some matches to try to come back onto terms right now.
Yeah.
So looking, Zorak Pai making his way up the climb. We know that on the climbing trail there, that all our groups now are on the climbing trail as we go. His teammate there, I think that's Mika Kromanyuk as well, and then this would be the fourth place rider.
Yeah, there's Mika there.
Yep, coming up.
Nice. We're just seeing Lucas Gort's Stimulus Trek coming up from Waterloo, Ontario. Currently ranked 28th in Canada Cup ranking.
So if you're in the head of Cole Punchard, you can only speculate. He's got that gap that was gifted to him again because of that flat tire with.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's got a lot of space between him and the two chasers, Tyler Orschel and Logan Sadesky.
Yeah, it was about 1:20 back from Cole to Carter once the flat happened. Now we can assume Carter's kind of catching his way back, but there's Matthew Scott charging up the climb, so he's got his bike sorted, that flat fixed hopefully, and he's ready to charge. There's Logan and Tyler.
Those are our 2-3 on the road right now.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a gap.
So Carter has not connected back to that group just yet.
It looks like Carter's going to get close to connecting. I think he might have him in the sights right now. On there he is out of the saddle. Yeah, and he's very close. They just went out of view, the riders in front. So I expect probably through the start finish we'll probably see the battle for silver.
Yeah.
Right now.
Nice. And you could just briefly see Mikay Vesna out on course there as well. So he's ex-pro enduro racer and currently working for the Giant Factory. There's Cole.
Here's our leader right now, Cole Punchard coming through.
And impressive. Wow. So yeah, McKay's working for Giant right now as a technical skills coach, and he's out here with Carter, you know, supporting, just probably giving him cues as to how far back the group is, and probably just encouraging him up that climb to try and connect to that chase group with Logan and Tyler.
We should see our chasers should be coming through the start finish here momentarily, and we'll see if they have. We'll see if they can connect right now.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a trio. We should probably have a trio coming through the start finish in a few moments with our chasers right now. And again, on our U23, we've got Ian Ackert out front from Trek Future Racing.
And there's the Pivot group chasing as well.
Pivot teammates.
Yeah, getting some team tactics in there maybe.
All right, here we go. This is our chasers in the elite race. There's Tyler Orschel as Sadesky reaches into the back pocket for some nutrition, and expect to see Carter Woods. Here he is right now, still hasn't made the junction. It's a lot of work for him to do to bridge that gap.
And Carter, just seeing down below us, is not far back from them.
No. We'll see them down coming through that tech zone right now, a little bit of a rock drop. We'll see. As we see right now, Carter Woods still trying to make that junction, but it's a hard one for him to come back.
Yeah, we're getting word on that gap to Carter right now. It's looking like
maybe
roughly 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's coming close. It's coming close as we can see him across. And
here's our chase group with the pivot.
Yeah, and
squad
pivot squad, Leandra. Yeah.
So in that group, we've got Owen Clark and Raphael Leclerc.
And the Quebec riders now trying to.
And there's Sean. So Sean just fell off that group with pivot.
But impressive for Sean to be, mixing things up with gravel, and Peter DeSera now.
Yeah.
He's sort of the previous generation of riders, right, are trying to come back. And
Peter's looking so strong. That's impressive. Yeah. Peter just represented the Tokyo Olympics, and then Gunnar was at our previous Olympics there in Paris, and so really cool to see that they're kind of battling it out as well.
So the elite men have 2 laps to go, and so what we'll see right now for our U23s is they'll get the bell on the next one time through. We'll see if Ian Ackert is still out front.
Yeah.
He was looking really, really good.
Yeah, Ian kind of made his move early, as we saw, and he's looking pretty comfortable, but he pulled away just a little bit there from Zorak, so yeah, I'm interested to see. And then Mika right now is in third for these racers here, so Mika's sitting third for the U23 men, which is a very strong performance considering how strong Ian is as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
World Cup podiums and being 35th in the world, so.
So there'll be a lot of cheering coming through as Ackert will get the bell coming through here momentarily. Pushing on, and 2 laps to go for Cole Punchard. Really, I'm sure just trying to be as smooth as possible, keep the air in the tires.
Yeah, so
there's Ackert coming through the start-finish right now.
Coming through the start-finish. Yeah, going out for his bell lap.
Just can we see from the commentary that Ackert just came through. He's got a nice big gap right now. As we've seen some of the riders battling. Here we go, second.
Zorak is coming through the finish just now, so Zorak also going out for his last lap, meaning I think Ian's put about 40 seconds into Zorak or so.
And there's Mika Kormaniak there. In there. Oh, excuse me, Maxime Saint-Onge. It was Maxime Saint-Onge. Yep, excuse me. Maxime Saint-Onge now taking the lead there.
Wow, so yeah, we might have seen Zorak expend a lot of energy, and his teammate is starting to close that gap a little bit to him, and they might be battling it out for second there.
We just saw Mika Kormaniak come through the start-finish area there, just in 4th place.
Yeah. I'm sure Mika's really wanting to dig deep right now.
Oh, fourth, as we did, 4th place. Oh, it's a tough one, Second can be a tough one too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just missing out on that jersey.
Yeah. They don't make a 2nd place jersey.
No.
It's just for the winner, and but we'll see. I'm really curious to see if Carter Woods really pushes on. Yeah, I think.
And like we said, Carter has the home crowd here, so he has so many people out here cheering for him. Not that Cole doesn't, but Cole's from Ontario, so we might not have as many people out here today as Carter would per se. So.
Yeah, the motivation to just get. I'm sure Carter. He's going to push as hard as he can to get on the podium.
Either way.
He wants a medal.
Either way.
He wants a medal. Yeah.
Yeah, and at a certain point, it's worth taking a burning a few more matches, taking that risk and that chance to try and fight your way up to that jersey, you know.
Again, this track just so dusty and blown out.
Yeah.
From all the riding and lack of precipitation here.
Yeah, it's going to be super loose.
There's going to be a lot of work in the weeks to come to get get Berm Reynolds back into shape.
As we mentioned, this location, we're super fortunate. It's got a full-time trail maintenance crew, so Ace is taking, you know, he's in control and leads the trail maintenance out here. He's spent tons of time making sure the course is good, and now he's going to have to spend probably double or triple the amount of time just trying to clean it all up and make sure the tracks get back to regular condition.
There's the number 72 coming through right there. That was Mathis Duval, Cibois qui roule.
Currently
U23 riders heading out on their last lap.
Yeah, going out extremely fast laps today. We have our U23s going out for their last lap, and they started just an hour ago. So they're completing almost, you know, they've done 5 laps in an hour on this track, which is so impressive.
So Carter Woods and Cole Puncher, our chasers, Orschel and Sadesky, they should all be just cresting the top of the climb. We should be seeing them shortly on the descent, I expect. And again, they're just probably ticking off the number of descents that they do. I certainly a lot of riders, they'll tick off the number of climbs in their head. Okay, 2 more, 1 more. But I think for today, just getting it down in one piece with air in your tires, I think that will be on the mind as we see a rider number 12 there getting pulled in the 80% rule. That's Zachary Brunel, Cibois qui roule. That's to just prevent having riders overtaken in the critical parts of the race there by getting lapped. Yeah.
You know, a little bit of traffic prevented by having that 80% rule. You know, making sure that if you're not within 80% of the leader of your race and you're going to get lapped, then you get taken from the race before that happens. But yeah, it's interesting to see.
That's cool. I just saw Cole Puncher there coming into view. Looked like he'll be coming into his last lap here momentarily.
Yeah, very quickly. Wow. Yeah.
Running into some lap traffic of the U23 riders. So they're not. It's all based on time in your own category. So he'll be coming through. But like I said, I'm sure people are getting out of his way. He's letting them know that he's coming through. Matthew Scott coming through there.
Yeah, Cole's.
There's Cole coming through the interview here.
The U23 field, which is incredible. Yeah. So the U23s would have started 2 minutes behind his start, and now he is lapping and catching that field.
Essentially, probably putting close to 10 minutes because the laps are, they're about 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
We'll see again if that Carter Woods has made the junction with our 2 chasers. It'll be a trio for the medals, perhaps, for the second and third.
There's Logan and Tyler working together still.
Yeah.
Logan descending so
he looks great.
Yeah. He's another one. His skill on the bike is exceptional. I remember he's riding rock rolls at Heartland on a hardtail with a high seat post.
Well, these days the XCO courses are they're just getting harder and harder. There's like downhill features now that these riders like gap jumps and really, really things that even 5 years ago I think they would have said no, that's not cross country. Well, the travel on the bikes, 130 millimeter on the fork is now not completely uncommon.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of riders, very seldom do you see 100 millimeters of front fork travel.
Yeah.
There's Carter Woods right now.
Trying to catch in.
Yeah, trying to catch, but he's still. I think he's off the pace right now.
Yeah, I think he might have put. Wow, there's Cole going out last lap of him for today. So he's got quite a comfortable lead, I would say. Right now.
He's looking really comfortable right now. Here are our 2 pursuers.
Yeah. So
Sadesky looking looking to try to distance himself from Tyler Orschel, who's second place. Orschel, we're talking about Brevard, another Brevard rider out of the university down there in North Carolina. So that looks like Leandre Bouchard. Yeah, looking very familiar, tall, lanky. Yeah. I can't pick out everybody, but I can pick out him. And I saw the number 7 there. There was Owen Clark there. So this is battling for the.
Is racing up today, so he's actually still U23. He's 14th in the U23 overall right now, so 14th in the world for under 23. But I heard he is feeling a little bit under the weather, so impressive ride from him with the elites for also feeling under the weather.
Yeah, you're throwing yourself into the deep end a little bit if you're going to be pushing. And there's Fincham there out of Squamish, BC. Doing the Lifestyle Grand Prix, which is a mix of mountain bike marathon type events and gravel events.
So much longer distance, right? Yeah. So trying to switch energy systems, when you're used to riding like racing 4 or 5 hours to going to this 90 minutes of all out, just hyperventilation almost the full time is super difficult to do. And Sean's been doing a very good job of it today.
So Cole Punch is going to be looking for a bit of redemption after finishing second in the short track to Carter Woods on Thursday. So here's our chasers are now coming through with Sadesky and Orschel are coming through the start finish. There was Puncher as well coming there. And they are right now. So this is a bit of a race for second, and it's going to be exciting to see how those two riders, the Albertan Sadesky and the rider from Ontario, Tyler Orschel.
And there's Peter DeSera just coming in. Not too far behind Sean and Tyler Sean and Owen there.
There's Carter Woods is valiantly trying to come back on, but it's about 30 seconds right now. It's a tough go right now for the motivation to try to push on, but you never know. I think you still put pressure on the pedals. Yeah. So that if anything happens in the front, you have the opportunity to grab a medal. But right now, I think physically, it's going to be a real stretch for him to get across. Yeah.
It is also very interesting, because if he can connect back to Logan and Tyler, we're looking for a battle for the podium there. We're looking for the last spot. So if he can dig deep, he can try and fight for that podium.
And that was Leandre Bouchard there, who was close. Kind of closing in a little bit on Carter Woods there, and then Owen Clark there coming through in the 5th spot.
Yeah, so Owen Clark in 5th for elite men as a U23 on a day he's sick.
That's pretty good. Yeah, probably wanted more, but at the end of the day, and next as we see
there's Ron passing.
And we should see DeSera coming through shortly. Yeah. Here he is.
Nice. So if DeSera can try and connect to this group, he'll be riding with Raphael Auclair and Sean Fincham.
Just inside the top 10. Impressive for Pete. Yeah,
very impressive.
And the next person we'll see, we'll see our first finisher of this race. It's going to be looking like Ian Ackard came through before and was leading, but we'll see if he can keep the air in the tires, keep the rubber side down, and take that victory.
Yeah, at this point, there's probably so much running through his mind. He has been national champion before, but it's probably just as exciting to reclaim that jersey and wear it another year in a row. So he's probably thinking of how he wants to ride safely through this last section. And there we see Mika.
Right, one of our chasers. So we know that Ian Ackard should be down.
Yeah.
That's Soren, I believe, Wasilek. I think it was 5th on the road last time, which is coming into view.
Yep, and then Dylan Kerr was in that orange and blue.
Just off the back,
yeah. So Dylan Kerr is in.
Here's Ian Ackard, right, coming through the finish line. We have our finisher, Ian Ackard. Let's see if he does anything good. This is our 2025 U23 champion. There it is, with the wheelie, one-handed wheelie. Fantastic finish for Ackard.
Making it look too easy.
It looked like he could have done another lap.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. What a strong ride from Ian all day today. Picked his moment, attacked on Zorak.
And we've got now coming through. Yeah, Zorak.
Yeah, second place, Zorak Paye for Pivot Cycles OTE. from Quebec, looking strong. You know, riding with Ian there for quite some time, and then Ian just really threw an attack.
And Maxime Saint-Onge there, Pivot Cycles, the teammate.
Wow, Pivot 2 and 3 today. So Maxime Saint-Onge for third. So that'll round out the U23 men's podium.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ontario and 2 Quebecois riders there. Great finish for Ian.
Yeah, East Coast representing that U23 field today. Look at that. Wow.
Again, lots of hugs. They're competitive on the track, but obviously seem to get along really well off the track. That's a great thing about mountain biking.
Yeah, we'll
Seems
see
like
that. Yeah, teammates there giving a hug, and then Ian also. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I think it develops some pretty cool friendships when you can have tight racing, and you can also, you know, see each other at the World Cups and race with each other there, and, you know, connect for some rides while you're in between a racing block away from home.
And again, these riders, the U23 riders, they have a history of going to world championships together, developing those deep, you know, and then training camps, et cetera, with the national team and those sorts of things. So, yeah, nice to see a great community and the riders at the front.
Yeah. All right, so he'll be fourth place.
See Soren Wesselike now coming through, fifth spot for the Manitoban.
Yeah. Wow, nice. Yeah, riding for Charge. You'll see another rider for Charge there, Rhett Bates on screen.
Yeah, out of West Kelowna.
Yeah.
Coming in soon for his finish there.
Yeah, awesome. Dylan Kerr going out for his last lap.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Dylan Kerr going out for his final lap. As we see a sprint finish for some U23s behind. Oh, just snagged by. We saw it just snagged by Jacob Roy there.
Yeah, for Ponce.
Quebec. Impressive, impressive.
Yeah, we'll get a few words from our winner of our elite race, who's out on course somewhere. We're hoping to see Cole Puncher coming through soon. Cody Scott came through for a last lap. We see riders still on the climb there, finishing their laps. That's Simon Roulin, Pivot Cycles OTE.
So that just shows you the pace of Ian Ackert here. We have some elites still going out for their last lap, which means Ian would have passed them.
That's right.
While they were racing.
With a 2-minute gap, with a 2-minute deficit, right? So the Trek Future Racer doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, there's Sean, just incredible pace up those corners. Managing to still hold traction.
Yeah, not slipping. Oh, DeSera, can you do it? Gets around it. So he's coming back, DeSera. So that we're like in the top 10 right there, up the climb. So we are moments away for crowning our elite champion.
Yeah. And I think if I were those two riders with Peter coming up behind me, I would be a little nervous because I think he knows where to attack, when to attack. He's got like
and he knows the descent, right? Yeah. He knows the descent here, so he's no stranger to Berm Reynolds.
Yeah.
And knows every inch of this track. There we go. Here's our Cole safely making it down. Cole Puncher, Cannondale Factory Racing now looking.
Oh my gosh, standing and just. Look at the watts he can throw down on his last lap. 7 laps in, and he can stand like that. It's impressive.
One of our U23 riders just behind there.
The U23s.
Still finishing up. Bit of mixing with the categories, but we are within 3 minutes or so of Cole Puncher claiming his first elite national champion. Had a fabulous season last year with a U23 World Cup win. I believe a collegiate American national champion.
Yeah.
But the Canadian will win the Canadian national champions here. We just saw him come through that shot moments ago. And kept the rubber side down. Jersey looks clean.
Yeah.
Just did a very clean race.
Yeah.
Benefited from bad luck, frankly, from Carter Woods. And was able to ride smooth.
Yeah. Creating for an exciting race between Tyler and Logan here, though, because Logan was in front going off into that last lap, but we're not too sure if that's what you want to do. When we saw the way it played out with Marin and Ella in the U23 race, Marin was behind, pulled out in front for the last little stretch, and ended up winning the U23 jersey. So I'm interested to see how this goes for Logan and Tyler.
Yeah, tight racing about trying to figure out where do you want to be first? Where do you want to lead? Obviously, you want to be first at the finish line, but out of those two riders, who has the punch and getting to that last stretch of uphill gravel? It's not the greatest thing to be sprinting on, and then just a little piece of pavement before the finish. So the battle for the silver medal is on for sure out on the road.
There's Tyler. Okay, so where's Logan? We did just catch a glimpse of Tyler.
And he looks like he's got
down.
Yeah, there it is. So he's made his move.
Yeah.
And it looks like,
it might
here we go. Here's our finish line.
Wow.
And that's Cole Puncher, Cannondale Factory Racing, taking the win. Here it comes across the lines, hands in the air. Fantastic muffin for Cole Puncher there. Your 2025 Elite rider.
Wow.
Elite men's winner, Cole Puncher.
Still could be racing U23 nonetheless. Cole Puncher is born in 2003, but he is racing up today, and he just won the Elite Canadian National Championships title. Wow, what that must feel like.
Doesn't even look out of breath.
No.
Takes a bit of a beverage. There's Carter Woods. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be a tale of two emotions a little bit with Carter as he crosses the line. It has to be disappointed for him.
Missing out.
Yeah, not on the podium and just so close home. Nationals are back here next year, though. I'm sure this will be haunting his dreams a little bit for the next year.
Yeah.
But Carter's got some other big goals and objectives for the remainder of the season right now, as we await to see our second place finisher in our elite riding.
Assuming it might be looking like we have.
Looked like Orschel,
Orschel in second, and then Sadesky in third.
Orschel racing for Pan American Union Racing. Also Brevard.
Yeah.
He also went to Brevard, I think. I'm pretty confident he did.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong on that one, but I'm quite sure he went down to Brevard. So his dad, an elite rider back in the day, so taking some hardware back to Ontario, and Tyler Orschel.
And then Logan Sadesky in third with Broad Street Off-Road.
The local team here.
Yeah.
As we see our finisher, here coming up, we'll see coming into view in a moment. That's Tyler Orschel in the silver medal position. Great finish.
Union Racing out of Uxbridge, Ontario.
And Sadesky is just going to come into view here. Sadesky just coming in, second rider coming across. We have a U23 rider finishing there. Sadesky right there, the number 3.
In third.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so third last year, third this year. Consistency from Logan Sadesky. That's awesome. Yeah, he's had some great results this year. Did really well in Canmore in his home race, and it's cool to see some Victoria local, getting on that podium.
There's Orschel, the number 5 there, getting a bevy. He looks a little dirtier than Cole. You can see the back there.
Yeah, riding in the group there.
I think we've got
here we have coming into view
Carter Woods, and I think
Woods
Cole's
will be coming through the finish.
Yeah, I think Cole will be greeting him there, and it'll be interesting to see the emotions there as Leandro Bouchard now is finishing as well.
Yeah, do a little. There we go. Carter Woods just came through the finish, and he's gonna go chat to the rest of the group there.
Yeah.
TV's just.
Yeah, Leandro Bouchard is in as well. So we've got our top 5 right now who've come through.
Yeah, there they are. So, like we said, it's bike racing. It's difficult, but we're all still friends at the end of it.
Yeah. And luck wasn't on Carter's side today. It still has a bit of a smile, though. Yeah, so that's good to see.
Short track national champion. So he'll still get to wear that jersey when he races the short tracks abroad.
And he has been riding really well at the front of the short track racing. So, he's been at the front of affairs in those races. So it'll be nice to have that jersey and show it off at all the World Cups. Oh, a sprint finish.
Sprint finish with Peter and that.
Raphael Auclair and Peter DeSera, close one. Raphael Leclerc just took it, just right at the edge of the top 10 right now. And great to see Peter DeSera still fit. And as we see there's Sadesky there. Again, we talked a little bit about him. Victoria lives in Victoria.
Out here on the island, and went to UVic as well. And he's so hardworking. Just works throughout the year so he can afford his race season, and does it with Broad Street support. And he got over to Europe this year, and he's going actually back later after this to do the Léger World Cup and hopefully World Championships now. Yeah, it was an interesting story of this race. You know, we saw with the elite women that Jen got away with the flat and could come back.
There's a little nice video there of our Cole Puncher there.
Yeah, our
Cannondale Factory taking it.
Through. Making it look easy.
He
not
did today.
Even out of breath.
Yeah, he looked great today. And
yeah, excellent showing at Jordie Lunn Bike Park today. Just so cool to see all the people come out and support. And
we got great weather.
Yeah.
The track was
dusty.
It became technical in a way that I think probably people didn't anticipate. Yeah. And I think if people had talked about flat tires being such if you'd come here a week ago and walked the track and gone around and said, you know, I don't think at the top of your mind would have been flat tires would have been creating some of the drama that we saw today.
Yeah.
But just the nature of the track and the course, going over so many riders and the dryness, it's been really tough on the track, and it just created a lot of risk.
Story of both races for the elites, right? But Jen was able to fight her way back. But with the elite men, we're just seeing the competition's way too tight to try and get away with any mistakes these days, which is really cool. With Jen, we just saw a little bit extra of an umph to be able to make her way. But it's really cool to see the kind of development of the level of competitiveness here.
I think we're waiting momentarily. We'll hear from our winner from Cole and see as I'm curious to say if they talk a little bit of his approach to what it was in his head in terms of okay, now I have the lead.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I going to do with it? Yeah, do I push? Do I keep it easy and steady? We've got just you can hear that I can hear in the background our announcers are calling our winners to the podium or to the announcing area to hear a little bit from them.
Yeah.
So these riders now, it's a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And back at it.
Yeah, a little bit of a time off. Some of them will be getting ready to head up for Léger, which will be end of August, I believe, and then after that, it's World Championships as well. So
in Switzerland this year. And then we also have, for those riders that are more domestic-based, the Canada Cup picks up again with a couple more rounds back in Eastern Canada, Dieppe, I believe. And I think we have one in PEI, actually, and that will conclude our Canada Cup circuit.
Yeah, and then the final World Cups. I'm sure a lot of Canadians are hoping to go to the Mont Saint Anne World Cup, which will be in October. So that. And
what a thrill for Cole!
Yeah.
And for Jen, obviously, but Jen has the experience of wearing. But for Cole to take that maple leaf jersey and wear it in Mont Saint Anne, which is it's the home track for Canadians, and it has been for over 25 years. An incredible track right now. So.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting. You get a little bit extra cheers when you're racing in Canada with the national champion jersey, so it's pretty cool to see. There we have Dylan Kerr coming through, finishing his race. He's also a first-year elite this year, so that's pretty cool. And that concludes our male field. I believe we just had
our final racer, and I think they're just getting close to doing an interview with our winners right now. Jacques is tracking them down, probably popular at the finish line. Cole is having to say hi to lots of people. and Ian Ackert and then our U23 rider as well. So
yeah, wow, what a treat. What's some exciting racing today?
Yeah, it was great. It was great, Emily, and we saw across the fields, and even earlier in the day with our U17, U19 riders, we saw the future, and fantastic that, not all sports. And I'll throw it over now to Jacques right now for the interview.
But, Elite Men 2025 National Champion. Are we good? So here we are with our 5 Canadian National Champion. So Cole, battle over there. We're going to move a little bit over there so we have some reach. So tell me, Cole, when did you found that everything was possible today for you?
Well, I knew everything was possible before the start. Like, anything can happen in bike racing. And, yeah, we came to the race with a plan. I knew Carter is always super strong early in the race and the last lap. So he set a high tempo early. And then on the third lap, I just followed up and then cranked the pressure even more. And then on the fourth lap on the climb, I could sense a little bit out of the corners. I could sense that I was starting to pull away a tiny bit, maybe putting the pressure on. And I mean, I was feeling the pressure too on the fourth lap. I was hurting at that climb, but then I'm not sure what happened. I think he flatted on the descent. So then, yeah, it was just all out TT mode to the finish. Pressure was on with the gap behind. Couldn't make any mistakes, and really happy to take the win here today.
And tell me, how did your second place in the short track play the role in today's race?
Yeah, definitely. I went to bed that night. Well, you're never happy when you don't win. So, yeah, I wanted some revenge today. I wanted to come home from this week with at least one jersey. So, yeah, I'm really happy that I could get it done today.
So now you're going to head to the World Cup wearing the Canadian champion jersey. So did you ever thought, that would come so soon in your career?
Yeah, well, already last year in the Elite Short Track, I won that one last year. So, yeah, but this is the first Elite Cross Country win. So, yeah, it means a lot. I love racing here in Canada. It feels so good to be back after 6 months in Europe. So, yeah, I love racing in Canada, and it's good to see all the friends and family here. So
that was worth coming back.
Yeah, it's really worth it to come back home.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. This is your 2025 Olympic Cross Country National Champion, Cole Punchard.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good job, Cole. Wear the Maple Leaf proudly for the rest of the season and for the whole year.
Pushed it hard in the descent, and then all of a sudden Carter wasn't with him anymore. So an incredible win for him. You can tell it means a lot for him to take the jersey back home.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if, having to deal with that dust, Carter didn't see something or something perhaps, or, maybe just the pressure was applied, like you said, and something just led to another.
Well, we've had some exciting racing across our U23 men and women and our elite men and women. Lots of drama here, but the Jordie Lunn Bike Park did not disappoint.
Not at all.
Fantastic addition here for the Cadillac Canadian XC Mountain Bike Championships in Langford, British Columbia. For Emily Williams, I'm Andrew Pinfold. Take care, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
program has ended.